What's up, fam? It's Smiles for Miles. What's going on, gang? I just thought I'd check in, see how everybody's doing today. Welcome to Thursday. One more day and the week is over. Woo woo. I want to talk about Uber. Um, I do DoorDash mostly, and I do Uber to stay in the algorithm. But lately, Uber's just been garbage. The students are back, and it's still garbage. Like, there's not a lot of Uber deliveries. And granted, it's not my main source, so I'm not really high up in the tiers. But I was talking to my buddy who delivers, and he does Uber because he can't get into DoorDash because it's bottlenecked right now. And he was averaging like one delivery a week. He wasn't getting anything. And today he finally started getting some deliveries. I said, you know what, man? I'm like, I know why I'm not getting Uber deliveries. And he was like, okay. I'm like, because I'm not high up in that tier program that they have. Like DoorDash, I'm a platinum driver, so I'm high up in the tier program, so I get more offers and higher paying offers. Once in a while, I'll get a $2 offer. He's like, okay. I'm like, but on Uber, I get like stupid orders, 5-10 miles for like $2. Just stupid shit. But I told him, I said, I know why. For me, is that I'm lower in the tier. I said, maybe if you start taking some of this stuff, I know you're on an electric scooter, you're very minimum about how many miles you can do. But maybe if you start taking some of these orders that not real far distances, but not the best pay, just to build your rating up to in the tier program for Uber, and maybe that'll help. And he was like, I'll try that. That's a good idea. He goes, because I'm not getting anything. I got like one order a week, and I'm like, yeah, that's not good. And he goes, and then they'll send me stuff, but it's just really far and low pay. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, maybe do the low pay, but not such a far distance. Maybe if they send you stuff like that. I did that. I told him, I said, I did that with my DoorDash. I took a lot of $2 orders, but they're short distances. It was like restaurant, door, restaurant, door, restaurant, door. I just kept doing that until I started building my rating to top dasher. And then when it got switched over to the tier program, I became a platinum dasher because I already built up my AR acceptance and my, how many deliveries I'm doing, stuff like that. So I go, maybe you should try that. He was okay, I'll give it a shot. So he started moving around today. But Uber's just garbage, man. Like, I see like Uber deliveries, but it's got to be that he's really low on the totem pole. That's got to be it. That's the only thing I can think of. But for me, I am low on the totem pole. And you don't get much. But at the same time, I go pick up orders all over the place, and the majority of the tags I see are DoorDash. The minority is Uber. I don't see a lot of Uber running around. So, yeah, it's pretty interesting. But other than that, everything's going well. I'm liking the tier program on DoorDash. It's not doing the backward offers as much as it used to before the tier program. I'm not saying they're 100% gone. Excuse me. I'm not saying they're 100% gone, but I don't see them as much as I used to. Today, they snuck in a $2. I got a $2 offer, and I'm like, I'm not taking a $2 offer today. I just don't feel like it. So I declined. Then I got another offer for 2 pickups, a stack. And I saw it was $7.50. One was a $2 offer to the no-tip clown, and the other, and I hate to say this, and I'm not trying to be, a racist or anything, but unfortunately, a lot of the students from India don't tip. A lot of American Indians don't tip. It's really rare. I don't know why, I don't really get it. I mean, other than they're frugal. You know what I mean? And I understand being frugal. I'm on a budget, you know. So, I don't know. It's just weird. But anyways, so they snuck in a stack on me, and I took it. And then I get to the guy's place. I can't even find his apartment because there's no apartment number 322. It goes up to 319. And it's not a, you know, that's the whole complex. So I'm looking everywhere. And finally, I just called him. Don't have time for this stupid shit, especially for $2. So I call him and say, hey, where are you at? He was like, excuse me? I'm like, where are you at? What's your apartment number? Where are you? Are you at the right address? I'm like, oh yeah. I'm at 1150 East 8th Street. I'm at your apartment complex. I'm sitting here on the 3rd floor by the elevator looking for your apartment number. Where's your apartment number? It doesn't go up to 322. Where are you at? Oh, I'll just meet you. I'm like, okay. You want to come to the 3rd floor? No, I'll meet you in the main lobby. Okay, great. I'll meet you in the main lobby. And you want me to hand it to you? No, you can just leave it there. Okay. And I hang up. And I'm like, that's what I thought. A lot of these $2 deliveries, they don't want hand-to-me orders because they know that they didn't tip. Some cases are just so stupid, they'll take a hand-to-me and they didn't tip. And then they get educated by me. So, yeah, it's just weird. It's weird. So anyways, I dropped it off, and then I hustled to the second order that was quite far from him, but it was heading towards the direction of my home. I was at the end of my shift. It was like 1:47 when I got done with him, and I was done at 2, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going home. And so I went and delivered. I got my 750. Had a great day of deliveries. The slowdown is officially over in my marketplace. There is little bits here and there. Like I did go to a deli sandwich place, and it was dead. And it was like, and I looked at my clock on my phone because there was nobody there. There were like 3 people sitting in the lobby, in the dining area. And I'm like, what is going on? And I look, and it's like 12:43. That place should be hopping at 12:43. Well, I walk in and I know everybody. You know, like I told you guys in a prior video, I'm friends with all the restaurant workers and everybody that works in, you know, in the places. And they're like, you know, hey, Smiles, what's going on? I'm like, nothing, just came to pick up an order. I'm like, what's going on with you guys? And they're like, we don't know. I'm like, you know what it is? I bet you because Labor Day, people are taking a 5-day weekend, or, you know, they're going to leave today and Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and come back on Tuesday. I go, I bet you that's what it is. I said, because it is kind of slow today. Like everywhere I've been picking up, other than Panera, has been fairly quiet. But I still getting offers to deliver, and I made my minimum, and I got it done. 15 minutes left of my shift, so I went over. Usually my minimum every day, gang, is $50. That's my goal. That's the goal. Every day I work, I make $50. And over the summer, it was rough. I had to literally, some days I'd be working lunch and get 30, and then go down the street from my house to this marketplace and do dinner and pick up my other 30, so I made at least my 50, 60, made my 50, but I was working a lot more. Now, since summer slowdown is over, I'm making my minimum and then some. So like yesterday I had a big Panda Express order, a cater order on my scooter. So that paid really well, and it wasn't far. It was like Panda Express delivery. It was like literally walking out of Panda Express, jumping on my scooter and driving across the street and riding it up the sidewalk. Riding it up the sidewalk to the customer, and I told her, I'm like, don't let anybody know I'm doing this. It's totally not good. She's like, you're fine. So I got her food. So yesterday I did $78. That $20 catering delivery that was like a block away really set a good day for me. Monday was a bit slow. Monday I only got to $39. I didn't even make my minimum. But I was like, you know what? Tomorrow's another day. It's Monday. Kind of slow on Mondays. Once in a while it is. Sometimes it's not. It's a hit or miss on a Monday. I'm just going to not worry about it. So yesterday it was banging. No, Wednesday. I took Tuesday off because I hurt my back. Wednesday was banging. did that cater, and then on top, so I made like $78 on top of my $28 more over my minimum. So I'm pretty stoked about that. And then today I did $60 and or $58. So I was $8 over my minimum. Super stoked about that. And then tomorrow's Friday. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. I'm always looking positive to the future of delivering days. Always looking positive. You know, you gotta like set your goals. You know, set your mindset to be positive. You're gonna do good, make some good money today, and you know, just kind of manifest your day. And that's what I do every night before my day in the morning. And there's times where I wake up, I just don't even want to go. But once I get on my bike or my scooter, that all goes away. And I'm excited to be out there on the road having fun. And it is fun delivering on an electric bike or a scooter. So it is a lot of fun. You know, like my buddy that delivers for Uber Eats, he does his on a stand-up electric scooter. And he does most of the campus area because he's on an electric. He can't go real super far. So, but yeah, it's been good. It's been good. I just wanted to share though, Uber Eats is dead in our marketplace, man. And like I said, I'm not sure if he's, you know, I know I'm on low on the totem pole for the tier program, and I don't know if he is or not. He might be. But nevertheless, put that aside, I'm not seeing a lot of Uber packages at the restaurants that I pick up food from. I'm not seeing a lot of that at all. So, but yeah, it's interesting. You know, in the state of Arizona, cannabis is legal for recreational and medical use. So when I drive around, I'm always smelling weed everywhere. I smell weed. Picked up the Monica to go deliver it to the city hall. And right when I walk in the door, I just get a waft of like weed. And I'm like, okay. And I walk in, grab the food, and on the way out, I'm like, somebody's smoking some dank. Nobody said anything. They just kind of, you know, I walk out and left with my order. But I smell it everywhere. You know, college students are smoking, elderly people smoking. My age people, I'm a senior, so my age people are smoking on the street. And cops don't give a shit. They're just driving. They got bigger fish to fry here in Tucson. We got a big crime wave with guns right now. And so they're not caring about much. You know, we got fentanyl problems, big time fentanyl problems here in southern AZ. And pretty much everywhere across the country, but yeah, it's pretty predominant here because we are a border town. You know, so they got bigger fish to fry right now with all that. And, you know, if you get caught smoking out in public, it's a ticket. It's not even a misdemeanor, it's just a ticket nowadays. So they don't even bother. It's a waste of their time. It's the same thing with like giving tickets to people on scooters, mopeds, or electric bikes or electric scooters or mini bikes. They don't give a shit. You're on the bike lane, you're good. We don't care. We have way more things to deal with other than that. So, you know, there is benefits to riding a bike, riding a scooter, riding an electric bike. I did see an old man. Well, I'm an old man. I'm 60. I saw a man my age and riding a mini bike delivering food yesterday. So on one of those little rib pull engines. You can buy a Harbor Freight scooter. He was mini bike. Yeah, he was riding one of those with big fat tires. Riding one of those delivering, and I rode up to him and I said, "You need a backpack, bro." I go, "Are you delivering?" He goes, "Yeah." I'm like, "You need a backpack. Just get a backpack. You're not going to be carrying a lot of stuff. You're going to be carrying a package." He goes, "Yeah, that's a great idea." I'm like, "Just get on Amazon. They actually have delivery backpacks." He goes, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah. Buy one of those. They're like $20, $30, you know, and then way you don't have to worry about trying to throttle and brake and carry a bag of food." He's like, "Okay." So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But people will do whatever they need to do to get some money in their pocket right now, you know. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, what's going on with all that, you know. I mean, if they could get rid of the fluctuation of pricing at like Walmart and grocery stores in general, that would make a benefit for all of us. Because, you know, you go in, I'll just use Wally World as an example. Like, I'll go in and buy avocados. One day they're 68 cents, the next day they're 88 cents. Or, you know, I buy this bag of coffee beans that are called 8 o'clock. And one day they'll be $13.95, and the next day they'll be $16.95. Same way with the eggs. You know, eggs could be like $3.98. The next day they could be $2.98, $2.68. So I really would like to see that stop. I really would like to see these grocery stores stop fluctuating prices according to demand, and just put a price on what you want, and we all get assimilated to that price, and we can continue down our road. I think the government's working on that. I know the government's working on the weird chargings of stuff. You know, like 50 cents. Excuse me. 50 cents for, you know, getting cash back. That's actually against the law. That's supposed to, the company's supposed to eat that money, not you, the consumer. So the FTC is going after that. They're going after a lot of the overcharging of fees on DoorDash, Uber, Instacart, Grubhub, Postmates, Snag, GoPuff. They're going after all of them. So that could be a beneficial thing for us drivers, because the chances of a consumer paying less of fees, when they get to the tip part, there's a higher chance we're going to get a better tip. You know what I mean? Because I firmly believe myself that all those fees, and this shit's expensive, yo. $7, $8 for delivery fees alone, and $5, $6 of it goes to Uber, goes to the gig app, DoorDash, Uber, whatever, Grubhub, and $2 comes to us, and then we have to live on our tips, and then here's this fee and that fee, and then they go, hey, you should leave a tip, and they say no. They type in 0.00 and move forward to the next screen. They'll, you know, DoorDash reminds, you know, says, hey, by the way, we really suggest you tip, because your chances of your food sitting at the restaurant are very high. Well, if the FTC follows through and gets a leash on these companies and to make them cut their fees in half, because that's the plan, in my mind's eye, my own opinion, I believe that extra funds that the consumer is saving at the checkout on fees will transfer to higher tips for you and I, gig workers. But time will only tell. Something's got to give, though, gang. You know, I ride a scooter. I can only imagine, or a bike, like I said. I can only imagine people doing it in their cars and getting, like, you know, in my marketplace, people don't pick up $4.50, $5.50 orders here. You know, because everything's so expensive. Gas is kind of staying level, you know. That's what's the only thing that fluctuates, that I've ever seen fluctuate, is gas. Now we're seeing that style of stuff going on in the grocery stores. They're also, the DOJ is going after the meat industry, because they've been messing around with algorithms and AI to create inflated prices for meat, chicken and meat and all that stuff. So they're getting hit with lawsuits from the DOJ. They're trying to fight back, but they don't really have a pot to piss in. They just being, you know, a spoiled child. We're making all this money, you're going to take it away from us? Meh! And they're being a spoiled child and trying to fight back, but they won't. They'll lose. So we should see meat like beef and poultry, go down in price. So hopefully that happens soon too, because something's got to give. This fluctuation shit's bullshit, and that's what's killing our economy. It has nothing to do with any president, well, it has a little bit to do with one specific orange guy trying to get back in the office, but he ain't gonna make it. He ain't gonna make it. I've seen too much going on, and yeah, he ain't gonna make it. And if he does, we're fucked. Period. Your ladies are fucked. Your daughters are screwed. Your mothers are screwed. You're black. You're brown. You're Asian. You're any color than white. You're fucked. If you're fucking not a Christian, you're fucked. Like, you guys really need to understand all that. Go to project2025.org and read what they want to do, the Trump administration wants to do. I even hate saying his name, wants to do to our country. Yeah, so a lot of stuff's going on. Hopefully all that will work out to where we can get some of this fluctuation of pricing and food fixed, where they can put the leash on the app companies, DoorDash, food delivery companies, and put a leash on them to cut their fees in half, and hopefully that transfer to more money for you and me. Until then, peace be the journey, brothers and sisters. Get out there and remember, do the hustle.